Hey, good morning, Region 8. It's Mike with the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center here in Jonesboro. Currently on Highland Drive, but not for long. This is our last week here. We are moving to our new location on October 1st. And here in just a minute, we're actually going to give you a little preview of that facility. Talk about what all is going on there. So, just want to say good morning to you. We will show some cars today. We're going to show you some inventory. We're obviously ramping up for our new facility. We have a lot of inventory coming in. The auto auctions are doing great. Inventory has been great. We've been able to buy a ton of cars, and so we will get to that here in a minute. But I want to go ahead and introduce you to our new dealership and check us out there. So today I'm excited to introduce to you the newest Bayird Auto Group store. This is the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center, still in Jonesboro, still easy to get to. We've just moved to a bigger and better facility. So immediately, if you've not been out here, Parker Road, Stadium Boulevard, right here on the bypass, you're going to see this absolutely massive lot. There is so much room here for so many cars. And Keith Bayird has even bigger plans for just the property that we have right now. So, you know, when you get out here, we're going to be able to space these cars out. We're going to let you look at cars in an easier way without having to pull them off the line every time. You know, it'll literally be just open a car up, open the doors, check it out. If you like it, get in the car, take it for a test drive kind of deal. So, and of course, we're right here by the bypass now. And so that's going to allow for easier access to get out here on the interstate. So you can get a car up to, you know, 65, 70 miles an hour and really test it out at speeds here. And of course the stop and go is always around, so that's easy to always access. We've even got a big billboard right here on the corner of Stadium and Parker Road, and we're going to use this billboard for a lot of things like advertising, promotions that we have. So if you're driving through town, you haven't been on social media, you haven't been on TV, radio, whatever, and you know, you're sitting at one of these stoplights, you can look up and see, hey, they got a new car over there I might be interested in, or see what kind of discounts we have available. So super excited to have that billboard, all this space here, and there's also big plans for the future too. I told you Keith's got big plans here, and when you get a chance to come by and check us out. Now again, this is opening up October 1st. You're going to see some more construction going on after the fact. Like we've got this property here next to us, and right now it's an old homestead. Keith owns all that property there as well too, so all of that stuff is coming down. We're actually going to extend our parking lot all the way over here to Rook Road, and that's going to give us even more room than we currently have. And then another great thing, when you come in, we've got a couple ways to enter the lot. You can enter from Stadium Boulevard, you can enter from Parker Road. But when you come down the right-hand side of the property, I'm going to walk you back here and show you probably the best thing that's going to happen to the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center, besides the extra inventory, besides having the extra room, besides all the other benefits that are going to come with this new dealership. For you as the customer, we're going to have our Bayird Pre-Owned Service Department. Now this service department is multi-fold, okay? So I've talked to you in the past about our inspection process, how thorough we are on our cars, okay? That is just something that Keith Bayird has ingrained in our cars and making sure that we do sell a quality car to the customer. And with us at the other store not having a service department there on property, it did slow down how fast we were able to produce those cars. So now that we have a service facility on property, we're going to be able to produce those cars faster. You as a customer, if you're a Bayird customer, even if you're not a Bayird customer, if you say, hey, I'd like to come in and use your service department, our service department is going to be open to the public. You'll just pull right down here on the right hand side. We do have an easy service entrance right here on the right. And here on the next show, I'm going to introduce you to our service manager, a gentleman that's been in the automotive service industry for 27 years right here in Northeast Arkansas. Once you see him, you're going to know this guy. You're going to get excited. He is a big addition to this team. This is just a great facility, and we're looking forward to introducing it to you as the customer. We definitely invite you to come by and check us out, and hope to see you soon on that. All right, so one of the first cars I want to show you today is actually a local trade-in that we got in. This is a 2016 Chevrolet Tahoe. This is the LT Z71 package. This is just a good looking SUV, no doubt about it. When you see it, it has a nice presence to it. The previous owner did a little extra work to it. They put the leveling kit on it, which really makes it stand up nice. They put some nice tires on it. This is the Nitto Terra Grappler tires, and these tires are in great condition. But literally, that's all you had to do to this thing. It was that good looking. These are factory 22-inch wheels on this Tahoe. Again, it's the Z71 package, but they just enhanced it a little bit by putting some better looking tires on it and just leveling the front out. That Z71 package comes with some cool projector style headlamps. It's got the fog lamps, tow hooks, really, really good looking SUV. And of course, inside this thing is very, very well equipped. It's got all the goodies you'd expect. It's got a lot of safety features like blind spot monitoring in it as well, backup cameras, touchscreen radio, navigation. Again, it is four-wheel drive, so it's going to be great in all weather conditions, and it just looks really, really good. Now this is, like I said, it's a local trade-in. It's got 69,000 miles on it. That's actually very low miles on a car these days. You know, a lot of us have been buying cars for, you know, the last 20 or 30 years, and you know, there was a point in time where people were like, hey man, I got to get rid of my car before it hits 100,000 miles. It's just, you know, it's going to be all over when that happens, right? And those days are long gone. You know, while most of the time we don't sell cars with over 100,000 miles, that's kind of because, you know, financing purposes, the cars that Keith Bayird likes to put his name on, he wants them to have a lot of life left in them. Not saying there's not a lot of life left in a 100,000 mile car. We see them come in all the time. I literally have traded for 2 cars in the last couple days with over 300,000 miles running strong. So if you maintain your car properly, that is going to go a long way into making your car last and getting the most out of your investment. And of course, like I just talked about a minute ago, at our new location, we're going to have that service department. So if you want to buy from us and you want a service from us, we're going to be able to do that for you. Hey, and even if you bought a car, you know, at another Bayird store and you say, hey, I want to do business with Bayird, I want to do my service work with Bayird, but I don't want to go to PreOwned, that's why Keith has put this location right here in Jonesboro at the new store. So, and if you hadn't even bought a car at all from us, but you say, hey, I'm just looking for a service department that's going to take care of me, you can come check us out at our new store as well. So, going to move on to the next one here. Dodge Chargers over the last few months have been hard to come by. This is a 2019 Dodge Charger GT. This is one that we just got in. I love the GT package. First off, when you look at it, it is a really, really cool looking car. It's got the Scat Pack front and rear bumpers on it. It's got the Scat Pack spoiler here on the back here as well. Upgraded 20-inch wheels. This one here has new tires on it, Goodyear Eagles. Brand new rubber already on it. What's also cool about this one here is this has the performance handling package. That is a factory package. It's got a different suspension in it. It has the Brembo brakes on it. They do the black Brembos for some reason on the GT versus the red and some of the other colors they do on the other models. But this is a 2019. It's got 14,500 miles on it. Really good looking car. Got the hood scoop in the front. You know, this one does not have the V8 engine, but it does have a 3.6 liter V6 with 305 horsepower and an 8-speed automatic. Fun to drive, a lot of horsepower really. I mean, you know, again, talking years back, V6s were okay. They kind of had a little bit of power, but I mean, 305 horsepower, that's, you know, that's a good 60, 70 more horsepower than the old Chevrolet 350 that everybody loved, you know. Those had about 230, 240 horsepower. This one's got 305 in a V6, so it's going to get you better fuel economy. It's going to drive better. It's less maintenance, and when you get 2 less cylinders, you get 2 less spark plugs. You get less fuel economy, you know, less fuel expense, things like that there as well. So we've got that. I've also got a few other Dodge Chargers coming on the way. When we get down to our new store, we are going to have a lot of that inventory out on the lot ready for you to look at. I kind of mentioned earlier, we've got a lot of inventory coming. We've got right now, typically we always have cars in process, and that just means that they're going through our whole process. They're getting checked out by the mechanic, they're getting looked over by our body guys, you know, fixing any scratches, touch-ups, whatever it needs, getting tires, details, all that good stuff. We currently have 85 cars going in process right now. So I've got a good selection of inventory right now. but we got a whole bunch that we've already bought. They're going through the process. They should be down on our new lot within the first week of being open, and that's gonna, again, that new lot's gonna allow us to have a lot more inventory. So one of the vehicles that we just got in with this new inventory was a 2020 Jeep Cherokee. This is the Trailhawk package. The Trailhawk, when you look at it compared to the other Cherokee, you're gonna notice right off the bat, it looks different. It's got the hood blackout graphic. It's got the kind of graphite grille on the front, the red tow hooks. Again, that graphite accent down here on the bottom. Projector style headlamps with the black housing inside. It's really the subtle details that make this thing stand out. But it's also got things like, it's got an inch higher ride height than the standard Cherokee. It's got some all-terrain tires on it. These are factory all-terrain tires on it. Again, this is a 2020 model with 12,000 miles. This one here has the 3.2 liter V6 engine. It's 24 miles per gallon. It's four-wheel drive. It's got the terrain response system. So it actively, the four-wheel drive system in this vehicle actively works as you're driving down the road. It's not something you have to press a button to make it work. It just does its thing. But there is a button, a couple of buttons actually, that you can press, and let's just say you're in snow. It's going to change some of the driving characteristics of the vehicle to make this vehicle drive better in the snow. Doing things like taking off in second gear as opposed to first gear, so that way you reduce wheel slippage. The shifts are going to be a little softer than the typical driving mode, and again, that's designed to make wheel spin opportunities less. So that way the car's connected better with the road. It makes the gas pedal a little softer, so that way the inputs that you give it aren't going to disrupt the vehicle as well too. So really these cars and the technology, I mean, they're smart. They are very, very smart. Love to have these systems. And if you've not experienced a system like that on one of these modern cars in those kind of weather conditions, they are absolutely amazing. They actually make you feel a little bit invincible. That's possibly a bad thing, because you get a little too confident sometimes. You know, you're like, hey, everybody's going 20 and I'm going 50. I got traction, right? So, be careful. Just because it's a great system, you can't overcome the laws of physics. Just remember that. That is what it is, right? We got a bunch of Nissan Altimas actually going through our process right now. This is a 2019 model. This is the SL package. The SL is one of the top of the line packages. It's going to have the leather interior, the heated seats, heated steering wheel, touchscreen radio, navigation. These have a lot of safety features in them. They've got the backup cameras, the blind spot monitoring. This one here also has the sunroof up top. And we also put brand new tires on this one. This was a car, the tires really weren't that bad a condition. If it was my personal vehicle, I probably would have drove these tires another 10 to 15,000 miles, but yeah, when you're buying a vehicle, that's just one of those things, like people say, I don't want to put tires on in 10 to 15,000 miles. So that's a lot of times where we make that call, hey, let's go ahead and put new tires on it. We want you to be able to buy a car and save money by buying pre-owned, not spend more money. The idea of buying pre-owned is that the new ones were ridiculously expensive, so you went and you got one that was a year old with a few miles on it, and you saved a bunch of money, but you didn't end up with a big headache. That's really the big idea with the pre-owned for us, is to make sure that you get a quality car, a car that you can take home today, park it in the driveway, you can be very proud of it and not thinking, man, okay, I got a good deal on this car, now I need to go get the bumper painted, now I need to go get some tires put on, now I need to go get the oil changed. Because there's a lot of dealerships that sell that way. Matter of fact, Carvana, and I'm not talking bad about Carvana, they've got a great model. If you like to buy stuff online, you can buy a car online with Carvana. They'll deliver it to your house. They don't do the same recon process that we do. From what I understand, they do the mechanical part, but as far as the body work, the scratches, the little things like that, they do not take care of that. They actually do go above and beyond though, because they do provide pictures of any kind of scratches and damage on their cars. So that way when you're buying it online, you know what you're getting. But hey, in my opinion, I want to buy the car and I want to go drive it and enjoy it. I don't want to have to buy the car and then go send it out to a body shop to get the bumper painted or something like that. It's kind of frustrating when you're spending $20,000, $30,000 on a new vehicle. That's just our opinion. That's just the way we do business. That also means that my car might be a little bit more expensive than the guy down the street. but that's just our opinion on how we like to do things. We want to make sure, again, that you get in the car, you drive it down the road, and you can enjoy it right away. I want to take you over here to this is a Land Rover Discovery Sport. This is one of the smaller Land Rover packages. These are awesome little cars. We've had a couple of these. They're fun to drive. All-wheel drive system. This is a 2019 model with 26,000 miles, so it's got a lot of warranty left on it because the Land Rover warranty actually goes to 50,000 miles. So this is a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's got 237 horsepower, and the turbo actually adds a lot of torque to it, makes it really fun to drive. Leather interior, heated seats, heated steering wheel, a lot of great features. This one's got the Meridian sound system in it that has 11 speakers. So if you're a sound enthusiast, you like to listen to music and really enjoy it, this is a great vehicle for that. This one also has the blackout package, so a lot of the badging's blacked out, the wheels are black on this thing. Really just is a really nice, stealthy looking vehicle. I love it. And Land Rover's four-wheel drive systems, they're very well known. They have a great four-wheel drive system. So this is another one of those vehicles you can get in, you can drive it in bad weather conditions, you just worry about driving, it'll take care of a lot of the little things for you. It does have things like the rear park assist. This one's even got a heated windshield in it. So you can press a little button, your windshield stay heated, it keeps the fog off of it in the wintertime. It won't melt the ice off of it, but it does keep the fog off of it. Matter of fact, you know what, that brings me to a point, because you know, when we're doing inspections on our cars, right? So part of our process, sometimes we got to put windshields in cars. These days, I know, for example, that windshield right there, that windshield's probably about $600 or $700. We put a windshield in a car the other day that was $1,500. There was nothing really special about this windshield, I thought. But a lot of these cars have the lane departure, the adaptive cruise control, and sometimes the windshields are dependent on some of those features. So that being said, with a car, if you're buying a car that has some of those safety features, you might even check on the price of a windshield. When you go to get insurance, you need to get your glass deductible lowered on a lot of these modern cars. And I literally have personally done that for one of my vehicles because when that technology came out, I thought, I bet those are expensive windshields, and sure enough, it was. So I lowered my glass deductible to $100 from a $500, and you'd be surprised. Now, I'm not going to give you any quotes because I'm not an insurance agent, but check with your insurance agent. You'd be surprised how little difference changing your glass deductible makes in a payment. It's very minimal, but if that ever happens, and actually it worked out to me because one time we had a rock hit our windshield and then go up and hit the sunroof at the same time, and it was supposed to be like $5,000 worth of glass. I paid $100, so that's why you use insurance. You know, insurance is good stuff. Just make sure you got the right kind of insurance. So 2019 Toyota 4Runner, this is another one that just hit our lot this week. This black SR5 four-wheel drive. We did need to put some tires on this vehicle. We opted for some nice looking all-terrain tires that really made this vehicle stand out and look nice. It still runs and drives very well inside. This one's already got the running boards on it, so even though it's lifted up a little bit more now, it's got those running boards that make it easy to get in and out. The roof rack on it definitely helps make it look sportier. These 4Runners are great vehicles. They've got 4-liter V6 engine in them. You see a lot of them on the road. I mean, they're good looking vehicles. They last a long time. You can look back, it's crazy how well that these 4Runners hold their value. And if you do compare this 4Runner to another SUV like this, you're going to see that the 4Runners are more expensive for whatever reason. They're just more expensive. They just retain their value very well. They were more expensive new than the other ones as well. So you should get more money back, right? You paid more for it, you should get more money back. So that's the cool thing about the 4Runner. You know, you're going to pay a lot more for them up front, but you're going to get that money back when you go to get rid of it too. So that's another great thing about buying pre-owned. You don't have to worry about like what's the depreciation look like on this car. You know, in the new car business, that's a big thing, right? How much is this X brand going to depreciate in the first 2 years of ownership? Well, I can tell you this, when it comes to a new car, they're all going to depreciate a lot when you drive it off the lot, because when you buy a brand new car and you drive it off the lot, it instantly becomes a pre-owned vehicle. It doesn't matter if you know, you put 1 mile on it and you say, hey, I want to sell my car now. It's got 1 mile on it. It's still a pre-owned vehicle because a lot of people would say, well, I mean, I would just rather buy the new one, right? Because nobody's ever said it, nobody's ever touched it. So you're going to take a loss in depreciation driving it off that lot. With pre-owned cars, the value basically is already paced in. You can look at it that all pre-owned cars depreciate about the same amount once they've taken that initial big hit. So, you know, again, that's another reason to buy a pre-owned car. You're going to save a lot of money. You're going to keep more of your money because you're going to not lose as much of it when you drive it off the lot. That's, again, my opinion. But hey, sometimes new is the way to go. It just depends. It really depends on the model. It depends on what you're looking for. If you say, I'm looking for the one that's got, you know, like Dodge makes a purple Challenger, purple Charger. I want a purple Challenger. You know, that's probably hard to find a lot of times, especially when you start talking about special color, special packages, things like that. That's where it's going to get hard on the pre-owned side, is trying to find the exact car that you want and the exact options and the exact features. And if you're willing to pay more for it, sometimes new is the way to go. I want to show you this This is a 2019 Hyundai Elantra GT. It's, you know, kind of a wagon style. Really, it's actually a pretty sharp looking vehicle. Got some nice alloy wheels on it. The GT package, they've been making this for a while in the Hyundai line. I think that wagon style kind of adds to the style a little bit. It's got fog lamps on it, projector style headlamps. I love the new grille that they put on these. And of course, these have a great warranty on them. So 2019 model, 37,000 miles, still has warranty up to 60,000 miles. So you've got 23,000 miles left of warranty on this car. Gets 32 miles per gallon, and it's priced at $16,992. So that's a lot of car for the money. And I've got a lot of cars like this coming. I talked about a lot of the models that we've got coming. I'll give you kind of a sneak peek as we get ready to wind down here. I've got a lot of inventory back here. I've got some QX80s. We've got some Suburbans, some Tahoes, GMC Acadias, Terrains, Ford Fusions. Check out this little Lincoln over here before we close out. This is a little Lincoln MKX. I just bought this from somebody. Which reminds me to tell you again, as always, if you're looking to sell a car, we are buyers. This car here is a car that we bought. It's a 16 model that's got 12,000 miles on it. 16 model with 12,000 miles. I'm telling you, this car is super clean. The person that was selling it came to me and said, hey, I got to get 3 bids on my car. I can't tell you what I want for it. Give me your best shot. I gave him a number on it, and I asked him, I said, hey, I'm just curious, after he told me I could buy the car, I said, what were the other guys at? And they were nowhere close. I'm gonna give you what the car's worth, because I need it. I need more inventory. The more inventory we have, the more cars we're gonna sell. So we wanna pay you a fair amount of money for your car. It's just not worth us to try to beat you up. But you know, again, before we cut out today, I do wanna kind of kick it back over a little bit, and I wanna show you, if you're just now joining us, our new location coming up soon. Take a few minutes, check it out. And again, we'll see you there. So today I'm excited to introduce to you the newest Bayird Auto Group store. This is the Bayird Pre-Owned Supercenter, still in Jonesboro, still easy to get to. We've just moved to a bigger and better facility. So immediately, if you've not been out here, Parker Road, Stadium Boulevard, right here on the bypass, you're gonna see this absolutely massive lot. There is so much room here for so many cars. And Keith Bayird has even bigger plans for just the property that we have right now. So, you know, when you get out here, we're going to be able to space these cars out. We're going to let you look at cars in an easier way without having to pull them off the line every time. You know, it'll literally be just open a car up, open the doors, check it out. If you like it, get in the car, take it for a test drive kind of deal. So, and of course, we're right here by the bypass now. And so that's going to allow for easier access to get out here on the interstate. So you can get a car up to, you know, 65, 70 miles an hour and and really test it out at speeds here. And of course the stop and go is always around, so that's easy to always access. We've even got a big billboard right here on the corner of Stadium and Parker Road, and we're going to use this billboard for a lot of things like advertising, promotions that we have. So if you're driving through town, you haven't been on social media, you haven't been on TV, radio, whatever, and you're sitting at one of these stoplights, you can look up and see, hey, they got a new car over there I might be interested in, or see what kind of discounts we have available. So super excited to have that billboard, all this space here, and there's also big plans for the future too. I told you Keith's got big plans here, and when you get a chance to come by and check us out. Now again, this is opening up October 1st. You're going to see some more construction going on after the fact. Like we've got this property here next to us, and right now it's an old homestead. Keith owns all that property there as well too, so all of that stuff is coming down. We're actually going to extend our parking lot all the way over here to Rook Road, and that's going to give us even more room than we currently have. And then another great thing, when you come in, we've got a couple ways to enter the lot. You can enter from Stadium Boulevard, you can enter from Parker Road. But when you come down the right-hand side of the property, I'm going to walk you back here and show you our probably the best thing that's going to happen to the Bayird Pre-Owned Supercenter, besides the extra inventory, besides having the extra room, besides all the other benefits that are going to come with this new dealership. For you as the customer, we're going to have our Bayird Pre-Owned service department. Now this service department is multi-fold, okay? So I've talked to you in the past about our inspection process, how thorough we are on our cars, okay? That is just something that Keith Bayird has ingrained in our cars, and making sure that we do sell a quality car to the customer. And with us at the other store not having a service department there on property, it did slow down how fast we were able to produce those cars. So now that we have a service facility on property, we're going to be able to produce those cars faster. You as a customer, if you're a Bayird customer, even if you're not a Bayird customer, if you say, hey, I'd like to come in and use your service department, our service department is going to be open to the public. You'll just pull right down here on the right-hand side. We do have an easy service entrance right here on the right. And here on the next show, I'm going to introduce you to our service manager, a gentleman that's been in the automotive service industry for 27 years right here in Northeast Arkansas. Once you see him, you're going to know this guy. You're going to get excited. He is a big addition to this team. This is just a great facility, and we're looking forward to introducing it to you as the customer. We definitely invite you to come by and check us out, and hope to see you soon on that. So again, thank you for all that you've done for us. To all of our customers, all the customers in Northeast Arkansas, thank you for making it a special experience here at the Bayird Pre-Owned Supercenter on Highland. Again, we're not going away, we're just moving down the street. But being right here in the middle of town, it's been a lot of fun. We've had plenty of donuts next door and Slim Chicken. Listen, when you work here every day, you smell donuts, you smell Slim Chickens, you smell Fuji Steakhouse. It's rough, okay? It is very rough. So I'm sure my whole staff, we're all going to probably lose a little bit of weight going down to the other store. But in all seriousness, we've enjoyed being here on Highland Drive. We've had some great times here. We sold a lot of cars here. Heck, we almost got wiped out by a tornado not that long ago, but we survived it, and now we're moving on up to bigger and better things. Again, come see us at a new location, 3308 Stadium Drive, right there on the corner of Parker Road and Stadium Boulevard, right on the bypass. We look forward to seeing you there.
Saving service, great selection too.